Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. So, the previous lesson we started the intro to equations. Now we're going to see how these equations might relate to graphs. This may be review for some of you, but remember, an ordered pair is something in the form like this, where we can plot a point on a graph, all right, where the x-axis is across, x, okay, is across, and y is to the sky. Okay. This is needed when we have an equation with two variables, which is the most common equation in algebra. All right. All ordered pairs, you guys may know that term as a coordinate. Okay, we're going to refer to it as an ordered pair, are to be written in the form xy. Right, so x is always the first number. That's always your across, your left and right on the graph. Y is always your second number. So your second number is always up and down, your vertical. So in this example, if I am given the ordered pair 3, 4, this means that x equals 3 and y equals 4. And if we were to draw our little graph here, right, that means we would need to go over 3, since x is across, and up 4. We would plot that point right there. That's 3, 4. We can check to see if the ordered pair is a solution to an equation by plugging in its values. So if you're asked the question, is the ordered pair a solution of y equals x plus 1, we're going to use this ordered pair up here, 3, 4. So remember, x equals 3, y equals 4. It's always xy. It goes in alphabetical order. It's an easy way to remember it, xy. We're going to plug those into this equation here. So it's going to be 4 equals 3 plus 1. Well, we know that that's 4 equals 4. So yes, this order pair is a solution of y equals x plus 1. Is there another solution? Well, we could find out by creating a chart. So if we create a t-chart, we're going to call this a t-chart. We're going to put our x's on the left side and our y's on the right side. All right, it's a t because it looks like a t, a lowercase t. So for this problem here, we used 3 for x. And then y is 4. What if we used 1 for x? Well, if you use 1 for x, you'd plug it in this equation. 1 plus 1 gives you 2, so y would then be 2. So that's another ordered pair. What if we used 5 for x? Well, then we would plug 5 in for x into the equation, and then you would see 5 plus 1 gives you 6 for y. So that could be another ordered pair, 5, 6. And this chart can go on and on forever. Here's an example of how we would use that chart. We're given a word problem, and it says that both Carrie and her sister were born on October 25th, but Kim was born 2 years before Carrie. So the way we want to do this is we want to assign what each value is. So we're going to let x equal something, and we're going to let y equal something. So x in this case, we're going to let x equal our unknown. So here it says that Kim was born 2 years before Carrie. So we know a little something about Kim. We know she was born 2 years before Carrie. So we're going to make Carrie our unknown, since we know nothing about Carrie. So we're going to make Carrie's age our unknown. And then we're going to let y equal Kim's age. Okay, so if we're going to start an equation here, Y is Kim's age, and we know that Kim was born 2 years before Carrie, which means that Kim must be 2 years older than Carrie. So Carrie's age, so Kim is going to be Carrie's age plus 2. That's where we get Y equals X plus 2. And we can kind of figure that out by, we could do it that way, or we can start the chart first. Well, let's start a chart. We're going to call Carrie X. We're going to call Kim RY. And if Carrie is 1, it says Kim was born 2 years before Carrie, so Kim must be 3. If she was born before Carrie, or she's older than Carrie. And then when Carrie's 2, Kim would be 4. When Carrie's 3, Kim would be 5, and so on. So if we look at this equation, we can see that Y equals X plus 2. And we can plot that on a graph like it shows us here. Here's an example. The table shows amounts earned for pet sitting. How much is earned for a 9-day job? Well, one thing we can do is we can use the pattern and just keep going. So we can say 5 is, let's see what the pattern is. 17 to 34, 34 to 51. They're just adding 17 every time. So if we're adding 17 every time, remember that's the same as multiplication. So we're going to have Y equals 17x. Because we're adding 17 for each day. So if we want to know what 9 is, we would plug 9 in for x. And we would get 153. So that's just an example of the word problem. Check your understandings should be pretty similar to this. Let me know if you have any questions.